LushawnzLifestylers, it's Lushawn. If you've just found my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting me here on Lushawn's Lifestyle. I truly do appreciate it. So today's video is a little bit different for my channel. I was asked to participate in a collaboration, and I've done collaborations before. It's been a minute. But I was just very overwhelmed when I was asked. So I want to give a shout out to Rochelle, and her channel is Healthy Budget Travel Love. She's here on YouTube, of course, and on Instagram. So she reached out and wanted to do a collab regarding how you're living with your budget during this pandemic. And she gave us some questions, and you know, I was just trying to decide how I wanted to address it, you know. And then at first I thought, you know, I'll just do, you know, 1 or 2 questions, but then I was like, well, I'll just make it like a Q&A, and I'll just answer all the questions that she provided. So also in the collaboration, let me just shout them out, and I'll have them linked in the description box below. But there's Finance Rocks, Lifestyle with Chev, The Organized Millennial, The Long Run with Joel and Christy, Her Courage to Plan, shout out to Her Courage to Plan, that's my girl, and The Frugal Me. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this video. And let me tell y'all, y'all know, and if you watch my videos, I have really good lighting from the way my office craft room is set up, because I have a huge window. So I hardly ever have to use my studio lights. Well, I'm filming, of course, in my guest room, so the lighting is totally jacked up. So I had to break out studio lights, and they hot, y'all. They hot. So if y'all just, you know, see me perspiring, that's why. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these questions about living your best life on a budget during a pandemic. Okay, question number 1. What is happiness to you, and do you have to spend money to be happy or to achieve happiness? First and foremost, to me, happiness is having a life, health, and strength. You know, I'm in my right mind. If I wake up and I know who I am and I can move and get out of my bed, I'm good. I'm happy. And I think everything else falls into place as long as, you know, and your mental health, you know. So I'm in my right mind. I know what's going on. I can move. I can get around, you know. I have a, you know, I'm gainfully employed. Everyone in my family is happy, you know, and well. That's happiness to me. I don't need a whole bunch of material things. Again, I said keyword need. Doesn't mean I don't want them or like them and will pursue them, but it doesn't necessarily mean I need them to achieve happiness. So yeah, those simple things make me happy, but it's okay to want to have more. It's okay to want to be able to you know, make those things that, you know, make you feel good. You don't, I mean, YOLO, we only live once, so let's not go around like faking the funk, like, you know, certain things don't matter. Now, there are minimalist people who don't need that. Shout out to them. No shade, no judgments on here. But for me, it's not a necessary component. It's just an ancillary supplemental benefit that increases my happiness. I will say that. All right, next. How can saying yes be good for your budget? Okay, see, how can it be good for your budget? Okay, I'll use this particular scenario. I was trying to decide between stopping my debt repayment journey, and saving during this time. And it really triggered some emotions in me, because I wasn't sure that I really wanted to do that. And then I just, you know, I was watching a bunch of YouTubers in the budgeting community, and a lot of them, they were like, you know, don't pay any more extra debt. Don't, you know, just save all your money, save all your money. And I get that. But I was like, there's got to be, for me, there's got to be a balance. I'm like, there has to be a balance. And I was blessed enough that I did not lose my job. You know, I'm gainfully employed. I work from home. So the hardships that others were facing, heart-wrenching, heartbreaking, no doubt. But it did not affect me in the way that it affected some. So I felt like if it's not changing my income, it's not changing my way of life, my lifestyle, then why not continue on? So there was a struggle because, you know, you look at what others are doing, what's trending, and, you know, you decide, you question it, you know, but then I was like, you know what? Let me stick to what I know. Let me stick to what's working for me, and you know, if I need to make an adjustment, I'll make one at that time. But yeah, I just stuck, you know, to it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna say yes to how I'm doing things right now. It's working for me. So how can you turn stress into productivity? Well, for me, I will say I really started cleaning a lot of things, you know, so I wouldn't be stressful. Because like I don't normally work from home, so but when they started us on this work from home schedule, at first I was like, oh yeah, this is good, I got this. But then after a while I was like, man, this is crazy. And then on top of that, outside closed, so there was nothing you can do. It wasn't like you could, you know, go and hang out while working from home or go sit down at Starbucks and work. So it was like, okay, by the end of my second week, going into the third week, I'm like, man, this is stressing me out. So I decided to, you know, let me just start doing little things in between time. And actually, I want to shout out, she's not on my channel, but my supervisor, she was like, here's the time, you know, you clean out your closets, I was like, oh, okay. You ain't gotta tell me twice. So I went ahead and I started organizing in the house, and that really helped me, like, you know, kind of release some stressful things going on. So it made me feel a lot better that I was clearing things out and organizing, and yeah, so that worked for me. So I'm like, if you're stressing, you know, and you've been looking at that closet that's been looking jacked up for a long time, go ahead and clean that closet out, put the bags away for when Goodwill opens up, and take that stuff in there. But, you know, do things that are going to not only relieve your stress, but then make you feel satisfied when you're done with it, because it's something you've had on your mind for a long time, and now you've completed that task. You'll feel more accomplished and productive. So I say, you know, find some projects around your house, and it'll help relieve your stress and make you feel more productive. All right. How can forgetting fear be a good thing? How can forgetting fear be a good? This one's kind of, you know, I struggle with this one because I'm not a fearful person. I'm just a, you know, gun-ho, go for it, you know, chop you in the throat kind of girl. Fear doesn't paralyze me to stop me from doing things. I'll just, you know, I'll try it, you know. I figure if I don't try, that's the failure, that's the fear. So I don't fear it. I just go in, you know, I'll go in and say, okay, well, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, I try it. So fear, I'm not one that's hung up on, oh, I'm afraid to do it. I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, no, you're not. So unless you try it, you're never gonna know. So yeah, I'm not one for walking in fear. Yeah, doesn't bother me in the least. I'll do it. What ways have you found to earn more money to increase your income? Well, I do cash envelopes for my budgeting, and what I did basically was I reduced the amount that I was stuffing in my cash envelopes, and then on top of that, I challenged myself to spend even less of what I had budgeted for my cash envelopes. And I made it into like my own little challenge to see how much I can save from my cash envelopes. And then I'll just have that money and I can save it. I can put it to debt. I can go buy something if I want to, because not only did I reduce my cash envelopes, I was even trying to spend less. So I would say that was like one of the ways. Another way was my sinking funds. I decided to cut out my sinking funds just for a minute or two. I'm going to start back on my sinking funds in June, but I actually stopped sinking funds into categories that I had been saving for, and that has helped me have extra income as well. So basically those were like the two main things. Like I said, it wasn't like, you know, I was strapped for cash. I do save, I do have investments, I do, you know, so I was kind of okay in that arena. But hey, y'all know I have my little side hustles. I have eBay, I have, you know, Etsy. I need to put some stuff in Etsy. I know I need to put some stuff out there, but you know, I'm always trying to figure out additional income streams. I think we all should, and I think this pandemic is a prime example of not putting your eggs all in one basket, so that you aren't caught short, you know, when things like this happen, which they don't happen, you know what, often, years and years, you know. But yeah, now you live and learn, so now we'll know. But yeah, those are the few ways that I, you know, earn more money or increase my income. But you know, it wasn't like you can go out and find a job because everybody was shutting down. You know, we were on lockdown, quarantine. So, but yeah, that was what I did. Why is spending less so hard? Ooh, I think it's a mindset. Not everyone finds it hard to spend less. Like I said earlier, there are minimalists who have no issues with spending less or nothing. But for me, I think I just look at, I might need it for something that I really, really, really want, you know, or I may have something in mind that I really, really want. And spending less of, you know, what I've budgeted for, I know in the long, I've set a goal. I've set my mind on something, my eyes on the prize, you know. And for me, then spending less is not hard. You know, I've never, spending less doesn't really phase me like that. It doesn't, I don't have, you know, emotional triggers that, you know, oh my God, I'm spending less. Oh my God, I'm depriving I never deprive myself of anything. If I want it, I budget for it. You know, I'm not impulsive. You know, retail therapy doesn't work for me because, you know, I'm going to budget it out. I'm going to make sure I do have the money. But yeah, so spending less is not a big deal for me. Okay, is being debt free the cure to a pandemic? Ooh, I don't know, because the pandemic is a biological thing. You know, it's a virus. It's not something tangible that you can just take it and put it back in a box. So I don't think the two, in my opinion, I don't think the two correlate. You know, does debt free help during the being debt free help during this pandemic? Absolutely. Being debt free totally helps during this pandemic because you're not caught off guard with not being able to provide for your family or yourself. So I would say that, yeah, being debt free is definitely helpful during the pandemic, but it's not the cure for the pandemic because they're two different kind of dynamics. Okay, and last but not least, and I believe this is the last. Okay, yeah. Why is treating yourself actually a good idea? Because it makes you feel so much better. The first part of pandemic and quarantine and lockdown, you know, I was good. I was getting up, you know. It was just cool not to be able to have to deal with the, you know, going to the traffic and getting up, getting dressed, figure out what I'm gonna wear, you know, just throw on some, you know, some leggings and a big t-shirt, you know, roll out of bed at 8:45, be ready. I'm ready at 9, you know, walk upstairs to my office. I was good. But then after a while, you know, it's like I didn't do my hair, I wasn't putting on makeup. I was looking like I was putting on mismatched clothes. I was starting to look a mess. And I was like, girl, you gotta snap out of this, because, you know, it was kind of just, you know, bringing my, you know, my aura down a notch, you know. So I was just like, you know, you really need to get up as if you're going to work. At least, you know, make sure your clothes match, you know, do your hair. So last week I started, you know, just get up and, you know, even if you just, you know, do a little brown, some powder and whatnot, and, you know, make yourself look presentable to feel good about yourself. And then I went and bought some press-on nails, because my nails are bald, because, you know, the nail salons are closed. And so little, you know, kind of little things like that. I would go to the dollar stores that were open, and, you know, just get little things to just kind of feel a sense of normalcy. And because I couldn't get my hair done, I couldn't get my nails done, I couldn't get my feet done, you know, I couldn't go in Ulta, I couldn't go in Sephora. So, and when it comes to makeup, I need to go in the store. I'm not trying to order online. So those little things, you know, press on nails made me happy. So yeah, so it does make you feel good to do some, you know, some things for yourself. So it can bring you out of a funk if you're in one, because you got to practice self-care and, you know, care about the way you look and how you feel, you know. And yeah, so I hope that kind of enlightened you guys on how I feel about what's been going on during this pandemic. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave everybody else that's collaborating linked in the description box below. So I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are practicing safety and yeah, living your best life with your budgets while we're going through this pandemic. So if you've lasted this long in this video, you already know you are a lifestyler. And until my next video, hugs and love. Bye.